Hey, welcome back to Guided by Faith. I'm your host, Jay Holland, and today we are going to explore a little bit more in the book of Romans, Romans chapter 116, all week long. This is the key verse to start the book of Romans, and there's just a lot for us to explore in there. Let me say it to you one more time today, and then we will talk about one little section that I think is pretty amazing. Romans 1:16 says, "For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ, for it is the power of God for salvation to everyone who believes, to the Jew first and also to the Greek." So today we're going to talk about that little section, to everyone who believes. Everyone who believes. And this is where I think Christianity is the most radical. There are many people that think that Christianity is incredibly intolerant. And that intolerance is based on their opinion that, the Bible doesn't let you do whatever you want. The Bible doesn't approve of every relationship. But reality is none of us approve of every relationship, right? Just think about this. Because some will say, I think anybody should be able to marry anybody. It's like, well, what if your mom and dad want to marry 4 other people? Are you okay with that? I really doubt you are. If you are, you really aren't okay. If your mom and dad want to marry 4 other people, then that's going to burn something in you. You're going to be like, that's not right. We all have standards, right? Every single one of us has standards. And so I'm not being intolerant if my standards are different than yours. And in the same way, the Bible's not being intolerant by holding standards, because God's standards are for our good. God's standards are for our life. So to me, the most shocking thing about God's word is not that there would be standards. It's not that there would be moral law that we're supposed to follow. The shocking thing about God's word, especially Christianity and especially the gospel, is that little phrase, to anyone, to everyone who believes. The truth is that Jesus would save people that you would never want him to save. Jesus will save people who have done worse things than you can ever imagine. Jesus will save people that you wouldn't even, not only just not let in your house, that you wouldn't even be on the same school bus with, or public transportation, or you wouldn't even want to be in the same room with them. And yet the power of the gospel is so full that he will save those. And so the scandal is not that everybody in the world doesn't get to do what they want. To me, kind of the scandal is that it doesn't matter what your past is, what your money situation is, what your family of origin is, what country you're from, what you've done, God will save you. The gospel is the power for that. And so how does this relate to us today? Well, there's always people that in our lives, number one, you need to self-analyze. Maybe you're listening to this, but you've never put your faith in Jesus. And you're like, well, you don't know what I've done. You're right, I don't know what you've done. It doesn't matter if I know what you've done. God knows what you've done, and he's offered salvation to you. And so don't let what you've done stop you from coming to Christ, because we all sin and we all need it. We are all short of the glory of God. So number one, analyze yourself. And if you have stayed distant from God because of what you've done, realize that Jesus' forgiveness is offered to everyone who believes. Number two, I want you to think about the people in your life. There's some people that I'm sure that are in your life that are far from God, and you might have given up hope on them. You might totally avoid them. You may despise them. But these are people that Jesus has died for. And today I just want you to think about those people. Would you be okay if Jesus saved them? Would you be all right if God did not hold them accountable for all of eternity for their sins? Would you be okay if he saved them? Would you pray for God to save them? And if you get an opportunity, would you share the good news with them? And I've found that I'm a whole lot readier to share the gospel with somebody if I've already been praying for them. So let me challenge you with that today. The scandal of the gospel is that Jesus will save people you would never want to save. But he loves them just like he loved you. And so stop giving up on people. Keep praying for them. And when God gives you the opportunity, you be a part of the salvation process. So that's, to me, one of the most radical things about God's word, radical things about gospel. And it's something that we're going to explore over the next few weeks as we really dig in. But for today, think about who's far from God in your life. Submit your heart to God, pray for them, and take the opportunity when you have it.